What is up guys, and welcome to a new series where I use money making guides from the OSRS Wiki. If you guys enjoy this idea, I'll definitely make more and try to run through every single one of these on the list, no matter how ridiculous they might be. I'll be trying and testing out these money makers to see how accurate they are so you don't have to. Let's get into the video. So for this video we have another suggestion from one of our viewers, and that is 1 hour of Ruined Dragons. Now, when I saw this comment, I was pretty excited because I've actually been playing on my alt account, killing Ruined Dragons, while I participate in the Twisted League, which, by the way, I am having a lot of fun doing. If you haven't tried it out yet, I recommend it highly. I honestly spent 20 minutes looking for a feather for a quest, and honestly, it sounds like a bad thing, but I felt like I was playing RuneScape for the first time again. You know, I don't have Iron Man accounts and I've never played one before, so it was a new experience for me and I highly recommend it. But anyways, getting back to the video, we'll be killing Ruined Dragons for 1 hour just to see how much money you can make in 1 hour. And I also want to say that I will most likely be killing Ruined Dragons for the duration of the Twisted League, however long I plan on playing it. I'm just chilling right now, but honestly, I might play it for the full 2 months. Who knows? Now, for gear setup, we have full Justiciar, or Justicar, however you want to pronounce it. We have the Dragon Hunter Lance. We have the insulated boots to sort of negate one of the attacks that the dragon does. Not fully negate, but it really reduces the damage that he throws out, so that's very important. For the glove slot, we have the Ferocious Gloves, but Barrow's Gloves will work just as well. For the ring slot, we have the Berserker Ring Imbued. Shield slot, we have the Dragonfire Shield. And then in the prayer slot, we have just a blessing. And then for the necklace, we have the Amulet of Torture, and then we also have the Fire Cape. So that'll be the gear setup that we use for this fight. And also we'll be teleporting using the Dig Site Pendant. We'll be teleporting straight to Lithcrin, where the Ruined Dragons are located. And that is what we'll be doing for getting to and from the Ruined Dragon lair. And then for the inventory, we are using Extended Anti-Fires, Divine Super Combats, which is actually my first time using them. Before I used to use just the regular Super Combats, but now I've invested into the Divine Super Combats just so I don't have to pot as often. We're also bringing 4 prayer pots, and the rest of the inventory will be sharks, except for that one inventory spot at the bottom, which is the Ruin Pouch, where I am holding Wrath Ruins that the Ruined Dragons drop, and the Teleport Ruins for Teleport to Home, because we'll be using the Ornate Pool to restore our stats, and the Edgefill Teleport. Now, the method that I'm using to kill these Ruined Dragons is that of a very AFK variety, I guess you could say, because the wiki does suggest that you bring items such as Dragon Warhammer to lower the defense, and also you could bring Vengeance to use whenever the Ruined Dragons use a special attack of theirs, which I believe it ignores your range prayer, and it will also sap some of your health and give it back to them. That's why you'll see sometimes the purple hit splats on the Ruined Dragons. So if you really wanted to, you could bring some Venge Ruins and then just use that whenever you see the purple hit splats to do some extra damage. But since I am playing 2 accounts while I am doing this, I just decided not to bring those things just to make it a little more AFK. Another thing that makes it super AFK, like I said before, was the insulated boots. Whenever the Ruined Dragon throws out this sort of lightning attack, it will deal consistent damage for a few seconds, but if you have the insulated boots, you really don't even have to avoid the damage. It'll hit you for 1s and 2s here and there. Now, I know bringing the Dragon Warhammer and the Vengeance Ruins will affect the kills per hour, but I didn't think it would make a big deal here because the OSRS Wiki says that you'll get around 45 kills, and we got over that during this 1 hour, so there's not really a problem there. Another thing that you could bring is Auks, or Ruins for Auks, so Fire and Nature Ruins, because these Ruined Dragons really like to drop a lot of good alchables. Now me, I chose not to go down that path because I'm already bringing Ruins for the home teleport, but I also like seeing all the loot from killing these Ruined Dragons. I recently, actually not even recently, it was the first video that I posted to this channel was actually a loot from 10,000 Ruined Dragons video. And just selling off all that loot that you've been acquiring for so long is just such a good feeling, so that's another reason why I don't bring high alchs. Now, one thing that I was noticing was that I was having to juggle sharks throughout this entirety of this 1 hour, and normally I don't have to do that. Normally these Ruined Dragons will hit me very high and I will have to eat a lot, but this time they decided to be really nice. and I was actually considering bringing monkfish because it will heal less and I won't have to juggle as much. But I know that as soon as I switch to monkfish or any other food that has a lower healing rate, they will start hitting like trucks and I'll just be forced to bring sharks again. So depending on how much damage you take, you could switch out the sharks for a cheaper food, but I've found that sharks work best for me, especially on this account because this account isn't maxed. When I started killing ruined dragons on it, I believe it had base 90s, and now we have around 97s on the combat stats. So eventually we'll max it out combat wise, but for now it'll stay at 97, and I believe the prayer's at 77 just for rigor. I don't really see a point in spending more money on getting a higher prayer level since I've already unlocked all the prayers, but that might change down the road whenever I decide to use this account for either doloing like God Wars bosses or any other bosses that I might do, especially Corp. Corp might be one of those bosses that I use 2 accounts on just to get faster kills, but for now I'll save the money and keep it at 77 prayer. Now, if you're thinking about making a Ruined Dragon ult, just know that it will take a lot of time. But it's an investment. I made this whenever I was maxing my other account, so I really wasn't doing too much on that account. I was just, running on rooftops or ruin crafting, so I had plenty of time to make another account and make some money on the side, and I gotta say it was really worth it. This type of account really does print out money for how much effort you have to put into it once you're done. It's so AFK that it's so nice to have that money coming in through a secondary source. But I just want to say, besides the quests that you have to do, besides Dragon Slayer 2, I highly recommend that you do Monkey Madness 2 so that you can also receive Dragon Javelin Heads from the Ruined Dragons. That will increase your Ruined Dragon loot significantly. And thanks to Twisted Leagues being so addictive and fun, I am actually seeing some use for this Ruined Dragon account, because before that, I had stopped using it, but now I'm just making some money on the side to buy any rewards that come from Twisted Leagues that I might miss with the amount of points that I get in the end. But with that being said, we have finished 1 hour of killing Ruined Dragons. We can now go to the GE, take out all the loot, and price check the amount of money that we made from 1 hour of Ruined Dragons. So here we are at the GE, and we can now price check all of the loot that we got from the Ruined Dragons. Let's go ahead and get into the price checker, deposit everything, and we have a total amount of around 1.5 million GP. And now I'm just going to quickly sell off all the stuff. Now, normally I would put the items in there for a close to market price or slightly above. That way they can sell over time and we get more money out of it. But since I only invested 1 hour in this loot tab, I'm just going to try to sell it off as fast as I can. If you want to see me slowly sell off things, then go check out my loot from 10,000 Ruined Dragons. That one I let it sit there for a while to actually get the most money out of it. But now that we're done selling it, we can price check it and we'll see that we still have around 1.5 mil in loot, which is not bad at all. Now we can go ahead and get into the cost of supplies that it took to fund this 1 hour of killing Ruined Dragons. Here I have all the Divine Potions, the Anti-Fires, the Prayer Potions, the Sharks, and the 6 ruins of each type that we used. And then you can also include the Dig Site Pendant in there. The wiki says it costs around 1500 GP. We use one of those as well. And as you can see here, it's around almost 400k in cost of supplies used for this 1 hour of killing Ruined Dragons. So now we can head into the calculation room and figure out how much we spent and how much we truly made in 1 hour of killing Ruined Dragons. So before we do this price check, I just want to say that I've gotten a lot of feedback on these types of videos, and a lot of people are saying that they'd like to see the comparison between how much money I made and how much money the wiki says you'll make. And I usually do that in the beginning of the video by showing off the wiki, but I thought I'd go ahead and also throw it at the end so you can see exactly how much money we made compared to the wiki, and just to let you know that I'm listening to you guys. So if you have any other suggestions, just leave it down in the comments below. But with that being said, now we can get into the price check, or the total profit check that we actually got from 1 hour of killing Ruined Dragons. So if we take the amount of money that we spent on supplies, which was 377,574 GP, and we subtract that from the money that we made, which was 1,558,457 GP, we get a grand total of 1,180,883 GP from 1 hour of killing Ruined Dragons. That is not bad at all, and we can also compare the price that the wiki said that we were going to make. So if we take a look at the wiki here, it'll say that you should profit around 1.4 mil an hour, which we did not, and that was with 45 Ruined Dragons killed. We killed a total of 51, so the reason why we didn't make 1.4 mil was because the wiki takes into account the fact that you will also get Dragon Metal Lumps and Dragon Limbs So over time, your money per hour will be around 1.4 mil. This can also be confirmed here if you look at this little message that I also took from the OSRS Wiki. And it says that if you get unique drops, the average loot is around 40.8k. And if you get no unique drops, the average loot from killing Rune Dragons is around 36k. So we were closer to the 36k margin. We might have even gotten lower than that just because of maybe some bad luck with drops. We did get a Wrath Talisman, which, isn't the best drop, but what are you gonna do? It is important to note, however, that over time you will get closer to the 1.4 mil an hour that the wiki suggests. It's just a matter of getting those unique drops. And you might even make more money than that depending on your luck with the dragon metal lumps and the dragon limbs. You might get them way under drop rate, or you might go a little dry for them. It's all RNG. And again, I just want to say, if you guys are interested in a bigger loot tab of killing Rune Dragons, go ahead and check out my loot from 10,000 Rune Dragons video. It has a lot of loot there, and it was very satisfying to sell it all. But with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for checking out the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and also a subscription. It is completely free. And with that also being said, I will catch you guys in the next video.